Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Torment. We are here in the Ragpickers Square and we just had a chat to Sharegrave and now we need to go and find our way in to Farrell's place. Who are you? Nod. As you approach the hooded, brown-robed man, you notice that he's mumbling to himself softly and occasionally nodding. Greetings! Someone comes to speak to Nod. Speaks to Nod. Aye. He suddenly breaks into a fit of hacking coughs and nods to himself. What are you doing? Nothing, except looking for deaders. Nothing else. He sniffs, then gives another hacking cough. He mumbles for a moment and then speaks again. Nothing else. Need the jink. Jink, jink. What's this place? He frowns and licks his lips. Ragpickers Square, the square. Trash everywhere. Everywhere. I have some questions. What? He sniffs and squints at you. Jink. Taps his head, points at you, and then points his hand. You want to know something? Jink. Aye. Jink, jink. Throw in 5 copper coins. Jink for Nod. Jink, jink. He mumbles for a moment, hiding the copper coins away in the folds of his robe. Ask. Nod tries to answer. Aye. Do you know of a man named Farrod? I think I've learned everything I need to learn about collectors in this area. He looks frightened and starts to shake his head. Farrod? He scratches his head. What about him? He frowns and shakes his head as if he's not sure that she's speaking to you. Do you know where I can find him? He shakes his head, then mumbles. He glances quickly at you, then begins to murmur again to himself. Sounds like he's uttering a prayer against evil. No, not here, in the square. He frowns as if unsure how to explain it. But not in the square. He shakes his head again, then coughs. That's all. Thank you. He shakes his head, coughs, and resumes nodding. You ask a nod, aye. Nodded to ask you a question for you, aye. Go ahead. Nod has a sister, aye. Amaris. Lives in the hive, away from here, away from the square. So long ago, Nod was separated from his sister, taken away. And your question is?
Updated my journal.
You don't know her? He shakes his head sadly for a moment, chewing his lower lip. If he sees her, if he does, tell her Nod, her brother worries about her, aye? He does, he worries. Okay, yeah, I'll do it if I can find her. Nod thanks you, he does. Nod thanks you. Amaris was pretty, so pretty. Lives in the hive now. Fair skinned she was, hair like jet, always in blue. Blue. She was always in blue.
Updated my journal.
So you find Amaris in the hive, which is quite away from here. Now this is interesting. Old Mebbeth. This is a person I've been looking for a little while now. This squatter woman looks like she had all the colour bled out of her. Everything from her hair, her shawl, to her robe, all shades of grey. The only splotches of colour come from several strange herbs, which are tied to her belt by their stalks. The herbs make a strange swoosh sound when she moves, like a broom. Greetings! The old woman turns and stares at you, and you notice the grey shades blanked in her body extend to her features as well. Her hair is wispy grey, and her eyes like chips of granite. She frowns when she sees you. And who might ye be, The name's Ardhan. Who are you? With a sly cackle, she wags her eyebrows. Have you not heard of old Mebbeth then, the midwife of the square? Have you not now? She narrows her eyes and her voice drops. Well now, you have, for I be Mebbeth. You're a midwife? What do you do?
Updated my journal.
I set bones right, drive the cough out the sick, yank out squealing, stubborn babes, mend cloaks or a rag or two, make cures and herbs and other such. She squints at you, studying your scars. Be needing a cure or 3 do you then? Cures? You be needing some cures, that look at you. Do you want to buy some, do you? She glances at the scars covering your body again and shrugs. Too late to be asking for them, I think. Yeah, well, actually we could use some healing. Mebbeth nods. Very well then. She reaches for one of the dried herbs at her belt, snaps off the stalk and grinds it in her calloused palms. A small wisp of dust and pollen rise from her hands. She mumbles to herself and then blows the dust into the air.
Updated my journal.
The grey pollen swirls around the room, blanketing you and your companions. You breathe deeply, and less than a moment later you feel strangely refreshed. Thanks, Mebbeth. Before I go, I had some other questions for you. Go on and ask then. Are you a witch, Mebbeth? Mebbeth scrutinises you. I say naught as to what I am and isn't, but what you be wanting to know so full bad for that, you hounding a woman and barking and sniffing for a juicy bit of gossip? I want to learn magic. Could you teach me? Mebbeth laughs. Pah! I'm no teacher. No score mistress all set up to teach like them in the big feast hall. There's others somewhere, I'm sure, that'd spill the dark of it. You'd be wasting your time with old Mebbeth, so you would. I don't agree. I think you have a lot to teach. Mebbeth looks at you intently. Oh, aye. Why do you want to learn such things? Because I want to know. I think that's the best one out there, because I may need it to solve the mystery of who I am. After a moment, Mebbeth nods. The art may help, it may not, and you must not rely on it to solve all your problems. She sighs. Child, it's most likely only going to add another chip on the pile of questions. I understand, but will you teach me? Pah! Mebbeth shakes her head. One should make songs rather than make magic. Songs have more beauty. Magic's been made dull, commonplace, sold by the mob of people that have trumped through it. Huh. She squints you. I'll teach you, but first you'll need to do some things for me, you hear? Like what? My legs aren't good for walking about, Sigil, and there's errands I'd have you run. I need you to fetch me some herbs from the market. It's Spirewood, easterly and southerly from here, in the Hive Market. Here's a sample. She takes a black seed from her coat and flicks it to you.
Updated my journal.
Just a black seed in your hand. As you do, you feel a small bite, and then a small drop of blood oozes from your thumb. There are tiny barbs on the seed, like teeth. Mebbeth snorts. Careful with it. Show it to one of the fruit merchants in the market. They'll know what herbs you seek. Very well then, I'll return when I have the herbs. So this episode is probably just going to be me wandering around, getting training as a mage, and then going into to find Farod. I have played ahead in this in my own time, so I know exactly where to go to find Farod and exactly what to do. Well, I say exactly what to do, you know, mostly. I know kind of what to do and who not to just randomly punch in the face.
I'm gone.
Well, I think it's down here to the market. South and east Spirewood, she said. Ah, yes, this is the market. I want to have a quick check down here because I want to find the Choir of Essamon. It should be around. I don't know if it's around here or somewhere else nearby. It's a regular hive dweller. Collector, that's someone's house.
Done.
Town. No, I don't think he's around in this area. It's a shame. Because I can't remember where he was. But he gives you a nice little quest. You see, the Choir of Essamon is like going, hey, you know, I'm here, I'm crying for a city. And you need to find a place to properly bury the city. Hi merchant, you're crying about food and whatnot. This older merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Ah, hello there. Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? Mebbeth, the midwife of the square, needs some herbs sprung from this seed here. Can you help me? The man takes the seed, looks at it critically as he presses it between his thumb and forefinger. He winces as a small drop of blood appears on his thumb. Ah, this seed's got a bite in it. I noticed that. Do you have the herbs she's talking about? He can't seem to take his eye off the seed. Lad, I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks. To be square, I've never seen such seed before. You probably need someone who cultivates seeds such as this, for I have none. Okay, well, where could I find someone who does that?
Updated my journal.
Don't know the dark of that, friend. He hands the seed back to you. You're hard pressed to find a gardener in the hive. Well, it looks like I have to, but thanks for your help.
Done.
I think I need to pop over here because I've got the job I believe to find Mr. Craddock, who's here. You see a huge man watching the area with a tight-lipped frown and narrowed eyes. He's hunched slightly as if bearing a heavy load on his shoulders. A pleasant smell of sweat and dirt wafts from his clothes. Hello! The man glances down at you and frown deepens. Aye, what are you sniffing around here for? You Craddock? Mayhap. He studies your face as if trying to recall you. If I am, what be it to you? I come with a message from Bean the sender. The message states, the shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day, or there will be penalty. By the hells, can there be such fools that they think we can miracle it there? Alright then, your message has found its way to the right ears for the good it'll do. What's the problem? Look around you. Craddock nods at the labourers in the marketplace and scowls. These laggards and half-wits can barely keep up with the lows it stands, and now it needs doing in half the time. Need any help? I'll tell you what I need. All my men to show up for work. Jedi's gone missing since this morning. I need him back now. Do you know where he went? That high-bred goat is probably passed out on the street somewhere by the smouldering corpse when he could be helping us. Worthless sod. I'll see what I can find for you. Oh, you could you? And now why would you do that? Well, you need help, don't you? It doesn't sound like you can spare the time they're looking for him, and there's work to be done. Craddock is silent for a moment and nods. Aye. You find Jedi, you tell him to drag his worthless, bob-ridden hide here. I'll pay you for your trouble. When you've found him. Now get. Okay.
Updated my journal.
I think you get some good stuff out of her later. Iron nails. That's Ashmantle again.
I'm gone.
I'm not nearly dexterous enough to be dealing with Ashmantle. Now, I believe both of the people I'm after are in the smouldering corpse here. Oh dear. Alright. dak'kon, go get him. More, go get him. And Nameless One, go get him.
I'm gone.
And Mort's killed his target already. Sweet. Oh, he's running.
The rock sings true.
Indeed it does.
Endure.
Now.
In enduring, grow strong.
I'm gone.
Go get him. More. Pick up all the shit these guys have dropped. It's probably worth a pretty penny. Someone up here, wasn't there, you killed? Ah, there he is. Dirty rat charm. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that.
I'm gone.
This is the smouldering corpse, I believe. Yes, it is. Excellent. Right, July should be over this way. As is that guy. Everybody go get him. Excellent. Now everybody go get him. Excellent. Yeah, you pick up all the shit. Clock charm, yeah, that's good. Bronze ring. Oh, you can bash some thug in the head with your teeth. Yeah, I'll chase him down. Alright, now July should be around here somewhere. Oh, he's dead. Okay, brilliant. And what was this? This appears to be a gutter of some sort. Looks as though it's seen little use. Oh, okay. Right, now July should be here somewhere. Just need to find him. Ah, there he is. July. You see a thin man with stained clothes, a hooked nose, and two stubby horns jutting from his forehead. He's stumbling about and muttering to himself. He stinks of brine, vomit, and cheap wine. Are you July? If so, Craddock needs you back in the marketplace. Craddock? The man's eyes widen. Ah, Craddock, me generous boss. Well, you can tell her this. It can back off. That is a filthy dog of the lower sort, and July's not a working for him anymore. He jabs you with his finger. Tell him that. I'll tell him from a distance, thank you. So, just need to pop up around this way to get the seeds sorted out. Hopefully there's not going to be any more scraps I encounter. Oh, and black abiashi. Those are bloody dangerous. I'm glad they are not aggressive towards me.
Done.
Oh, damsel in distress. Let's have a chat with her, because I can get some stuff out of this one. You see a pretty young woman. Her hair is in disarray and the bodice of her dress is torn. She looks about in desperation and notices you. Greetings. She runs up to you and grabs your arm. You notice the front of her dress is stained with blood. Help me, Cutter, please! They're killing my sister! She begins to tug on your arm. Who? She looks around wildly. This drunken man who followed us from the taverns. We thought he meant no harm. Please, Cutter, there is no more time. Help us! Wait. First you said they were killing your sister, and now you say he is killing her. Which is it? She stares at you, unsure what to say. I'm distraught. I made a mistake. She glances at the blood that stains her dress. Please help me, Cutter. Examine the blood. You glance down at her dress and look at the blood. Though it does appear to be real, it has completely dried and must be hours old. That blood is hours old. What are you up to? You see her eyes flick through the bloodstains and then back to you. You think you can hear a hint of nervousness in her voice. You are mistaken, Cutter. Please help me. My sister lies dying while we tarry. You're up to something. Tell me what's going on or I'll kill you. She looks into your eyes and glances at the scars that cover your body. She swallows nervously. You see her pale before your eyes. I'm supposed to lure people into an alley nearby. They're waiting there to take your jink. She looks at you apprehensively. Let me give you some advice. She gazes at you in silence and nods her head. Don't pick someone like me as your mark. Choose some drunken fop who looks like he's never seen a bat in his life. And make sure he looks like he has more than a couple of coins to his name. Now, get out of here. She nods curtly and then backs away from you. She hesitates for a moment and turns to leave. Thank you, Cutter. She sprints off.
Looks like my skills have increased.
Excellent, Mort, excellent. Mourns for trees. This is the guy I'm after. He's a tired-looking, sorrowful old man who is gazing at the ash-dead tree in front of him. He's mumbling to himself and tapping his chin as if trying to figure something out. Occasionally he shakes his head sadly. Greetings. He momentarily startles and interrupts him his train of thought. He speaks in a calm, unhurried tone, but one full of sadness. Oh, greetings to you too, friend. How's this day find you? Well, does it matter how it finds me? The old man is caught off guard, but he nods assent confidently. Yes, friend, it does. To me, at least. Although it doesn't count for much, it seems. He seems about to turn back to the tree. Doesn't count much? What do you mean? It's a long story, not something the casual passerby would want to stand around for, I'm sure. Let's just say that any efforts I've made to rouse the people here to action have been ignored. What do you want the people to do? I wanted them to seems exasperated, frustrated at his loss for words. To care. Is it so much, friend? He looks at you in earnest. Care about what? That's the tree beside him. It's the trees here in the hive. They're dying, friend, and no one cares. Seeing the look on your face, he holds his hands up as if to silence you for a moment. It may not matter to some, but it's important to me. I feel it's a shame to see the last tassel of life and beauty in this ward left uncared for to die. Can you understand that, friend? Yes. Yeah, I think, I could say all things die in time. Why concern yourself with the when and how? It's a very pessimistic thing to say. Yes, I think you're right. He seems surprised and blurts out, really? Oh, I mean, wonderful. Perhaps you would, He pauses and seems suddenly suspicious. He recomposes himself, speaking in his usual slow manner. In any case, that's good. I suppose you have some questions for me now. Well, first of all, what was it you were going to ask? For the first time, a man seems genuinely happy. Beaming, he explains, it's difficult for anything to survive here. Just look around and you'll see what I mean, friend. I'm not sure if it's possible for the trees to thrive here, even if they somehow were to get enough light and clean water. Go on. He nods enthusiastically. But if enough people care, really want them to live, I just know they'll survive. They'll turn green again and flourish. Perhaps you could be right. I am right. I'm certain of it. A sense of conviction surrounds him like an aura. He seems so unlike the man you first spoke to. That's all I'd ask you, friend. Just care for them. Hope for their recovery. In time, should enough people want it, it will come to pass. Can you do that for me? Yes, certainly. Excellent, my friend, excellent. I thank you. You've given me back my confidence, my purpose. Perhaps I can find others like you who'll listen. Perhaps we'll make a difference. What about your companions, friend? Would you speak to them on my behalf? Mort, what do you think? Huh? Oh, yeah, Chief, sure. Whatever you say. I'm serious, Mort. Can you make the effort? Mort looks at you for a while, silently and nods. Yeah, I can. If it's that important to you, I'll do it. Thank you. dak'kon, would you help this man? One finds a request most intriguing. Trees in the hive, like cities in limbo. They would stand as a testament to the will of the people not to bow to that which would surround and devour them, to take what has been thrust upon them or left behind and make good of it. I too will care for the trees. Thanks. I had some questions, Mons. He nods awaiting your question. I need some herbs sprung from this seed. Can you help me? Mourns for Trees takes the seed from you and holds it up to his eye. What an odd seed. Those teeth along the edge? Barbs, perhaps. Where did you come by it, friend? Old Mebbeth, the midwife in the square, needs some herbs sprung from it. Do you know where I could get some? No. Mourns for Trees continues to stare at the seed in his hand. This is the only seed of its kind I've ever seen. Ah! He winces, a spot of blood glistens in his thumb. Barbs on it are sharp indeed. Perhaps you should hold it. So you can't help me either. Unless you can make that one grow, I cannot. Again, I've never seen a seed of its like before, friend. If we wanted it to grow enough, is it possible to make it grow? Mourns for Trees looks at the seed. Perhaps, if you cared enough to see it grow. What do you mean? This is Sigil, friend. Belief is everything. everything from the spire on which Seal rests, even to the tiny seed you hold there. If you believe enough, anything is possible. Focus on the seed and will it to grow. To your surprise, there is a crack and the seed splits, twigs splitting from its surface like fingers. Instinctively you drop the seed, but the talon-like twigs wrap around your wrist and will not let go. What the hells?
Updated my journal.
Monster Tree stares at the barbed branches wrapped around your wrist, stunned. I think the barbs on those new branches would be more than enough for what your friend needs. I'll return it to her then. Thank you for your help. Now I can come back to him in time. Well, once I've got more companions with me, and I can do more getting them to care for the trees. And I think you have to have 4 companions. I think might be 3 companions. Actually, I can't remember. I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 companions you need to actually care for those trees. I've tried it with a couple of them, and some of them have just gone, no, we're not going to care for those trees. What are you talking about?
I'm gone.
Anna, for instance. She does not care for the trees.
Done.
Alright, need to go up here, don't I? Craddock! Craddock, my friend. You see Craddock? His scowl has deepened since you last saw him. It looks like he's about to crack his face in two. I found July. Is that right? Craddock glancing around. Where is he then? He said to pike off that you were a cur-of-the-wise sort and that he wasn't going to work for you any longer.
Updated my journal.
Craddock's face turns a bright red and his face cracks into a snarl. Damned be his name! May all the evils of the plains hound his footsteps! A blistering string of insults, threats and speculation about July's family roots issues from Craddock's mouth.
New taunts, alright.
Ooh! Moore clicks his teeth together and Craddock built up steam. You can almost hear him taking notes inside his skull. Craddock finishes his tirade with a grunt. Damn that July. Yeah, I'm in need of a day's work. I can take his duties for a time in exchange for his pay. Craddock studies you for a moment. Yeah? You couldn't. He suddenly falls silent. Well, maybe you can. It's hard work and there's no drinking on my watch. Understood. Let's get started. The work is long, but at the end of the shift you are not the least bit tired. Craddock grunts as you return. You did well enough. Now here's your pay. He tosses you a handful of coins. Now get, we're no more use for you. Thank you. And now I need to go up this way, back up, start sprinting. Go back to old Mebbeth and tell her we've got ourselves, oh damn it, slaughter the thugs. Everyone in the same targets, kill them. Oh shit, he's okay. You wanna get out of there, dak'kon.
I hear your words. I shall serve.
Excellent. Tirade worked.
Alright.
Next target is dead.
Just folly.
And that thief is down as well. Right. Let's take that. And another dirty rat charm. And what's he got here? He's got a bronze ring.
Alright.
Right, that's everyone there dealt with. Let's go back here. And in to see Mebbeth. There we are, Mebbeth. This turns you enter and gives you a skeptical eye. Your path brings you back here, does it, child? I'll return with those herbs you wanted. Now, maybe you can get this damn bramble patch off my wrist. Is that so? Mebbeth glances at the barbs that surround your wrist. If so, think it off then. Do so.
Updated my journal.
Creaking and snapping, the black barbed branches unravel themselves to your wrist and form into a tangled ball of brush and twigs. It looks like a nest of some dead black snakes. Mebbeth snorts. Think it into a picture frame or some such. Something more structure and less angles. Imagine a bob ball into a picture frame. The branch ball creaks, the twigs bending and twisting until the branches have bent themselves into a small picture frame. 2 handspans on side. Almost unconsciously, you imagine the shape of the barbs to the back of the frame so it can hang from the wall easily. How's that? Mebbeth stares at the frame for a moment and then cackles. Ha! Square enough it is. Good work, child, good work. She picks up the frame and scrutinises it. Yes, this'll do nicely. Is that all you want it for? Aye, well, this is enough, she sniffs. Aye, but there was one thing I forgot to fetch when you left last time, and I'll take you back to the Merchant Square, it will. Look for the cloth seller, Giscall. He has some rags of mine that we're supposed to wash, and long as it been since I've asked him to do it. I see. Yeah, okay. Sure, yeah, I'll get to it. No problem. dak'kon can wait for healing, I think. I'll heal him up when we're all done. Now, do I want to... Oh, I want to go see... I'm going to go see this fella over here, Bane the Centre first. So I can get my reward off him. Where you going, Bane?
Done.
There you are. Bane the Centre. You see Bane the Centre. As you approach, he looks at you hopefully. Were you successful in finding Craddock, good sir? Yes, and I passed on the message, although it didn't seem to please him any.
Updated my journal.
Bane doesn't seem to have heard any word after yes, for he smiles and gives a huge sigh of relief. Good fortune indeed. Thank you, good sir, thank you. He reaches into his robe and pulls forth a handful of coppers, which he counts out and hands to you. 30 coins for delivering a message, eh? Fair enough. Oh, more than fair, good sir, more than fair. I can say that without hesitation, there is no finer profession in all the sickle than that of a runner for the House of Senders. I'll keep that in mind. Farewell, Ben.
Hey,
Alright.
watch, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
Let's head back down here and this way back to the market. Yeah, I know there's a fight, never mind. I'm not going to do anything with it. And off up to Giscall up here. I can trade in some of my crap while I'm here as well. Giscall! You see a spindly looking merchant with a brush of grey and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly coloured robes, so much so that it looks like a flag with arms and legs. He is shaking slightly as you watch. Are you Giscall? Aye, Giscall. He bows and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands and forearms have a twisted mass of black scar tissue, as if they were once badly burned. I'm here to pick someone's wash. Mebbeth, the midwife from Ragpicker Square. Giscall blinks. Washcloth? Yes, for Mebbeth from Ragpicker Square. Rag picker? He taps his fingers as if counting something. I know, I remember. He holds up with trembling fingers as if telling you to wait. Wait for him to fetch the wash. He comes back with a flattened mass of green rags, thin as paper, yet so stiff they look like they could double as wooden boards. The rags are so caked with a greenish lime starch that they look like it could take years of soaking to relax them. How many times did you clean these? Giscall washcloth, starch cloth, every 5th day. Washcloth, starch cloth, every 5th day. His eyes flicker. This coal washed many years, always starched cloth on the 5th day, Gorskull's ritual. But now they're ruined. Wash cloth is Giskull's ritual. His voice is flat, almost zombie-like. Must starch cloth every 5th day. What's the point of doing it every 5 days when they don't need... Oh, never mind, just hand them over. Give cloth. He nods and hands you the rags. They're heavy. It's like carrying an armload of bricks. I'll take them back to Mebbeth now. Thank you. Goodbye.
All right.
And back up this way. Get Yankee or not get Zerai. And back into Mebbeth. Mebbeth seems lost in twisting the black branched picture frame you made for her. She is squaring the edges and snapping off some of the barbed seeds of the branches. She suddenly notices you and sets on the frame. Aye, child. I brought your wash. I think Giskull was a little heavy on the cleaning ritual, though. She takes the stacks of starched green rags from you and examines them critically. Well, at least they won't tear, she sighs. Or bend. What was with that cloth merchant, Giskull? His hands were all scarred and he seemed slow. Mebbeth's still turning the cloth over in her hands, tapping it with a finger. Well, child, sometimes one burns with the art, and other times the art burns you. Is that what happened to him? Mebbeth clicks her tongue. Mayhap. Some's for who using the art is like breathing. He strolls about with pointy hats and stinkweed pipes, and then there's hedge wizards and plain touch gypsies and fortune casters and half-seers and midwives who flicker with the art, and them have a hard time of it. And Giskull was one of them? Mebbeth nods. So to speak. In some ways he's no different now than he was. Addicted to habit and ritual he was. She sets on the stiff rags. They clunk as she places them on the floor. Aye, now, there's one last thing I need from you, child. Of course, what do you need? Only this. I need some inks for scribing some ingredients on one of my cookery books. I need you to fetch some from one of the merchants. Cosa Jai, by her name. Alright then, I'll go find her. I assume she's going to be with all the rest of them back in the merchant square over here. And yes, when we're done with all this, I'll have a rest so dak'kon can get his hit points back. Back down this way. I have to be careful when going back to the scorched corpse. Mostly because of those three guys hanging around there. Right.
All right.
Let's see. What do we have? Hive dweller, hive dweller. So someone
All right.
asking about ink. Hive merchant. Oops, I forgot what she was saying. Very sharp steel. Spices. Items, fresh fish heads. Oh, she's plates. Okay. Jump, Lim Lim, jump. Porphyria. Okay, so it looks like he's not out here.
I'm gone.
I almost don't see him out here. Okay, let's head inside. I think this is the trade house, I think, in here. Oh no, it's just somebody's house. Just a regular person's home. Okay. Let's see. Hive merchant plates. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards. Drink from the goblets of the finest lords. I had some questions. Very well, I'll look. I'm just going to skip this. I don't think there's anything here. See anything you like, sir? Long waving hair brushing against your shoulder. Smells faintly sweet like vanilla. Where does this come from? She flashed a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of Siggles and nobles. On seeing her expression, she laughed sweetly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkers. These are wares that discarded from the nobles' manors and make good workmen. I see. Can I ask you some questions? Oh, sir, but wait. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely nothing you own home or a gift? No, sorry, there's nothing I need. Well, she's not going to answer any questions, okay. That's how I've done that. So, I don't know where the ink lady is. I don't think it's going to be her. Oh, no, it is her. Costa Jai. Fishhead lady. Tooth's old crone reeks of fish and brine. Spying your approach, she gives you a wide, pink smile. Fish, my child. Fish heads, mayhap. Mebbeth said you sell ink. She sent me to purchase some. Ink, she chuckles. Nay, sir, I sells no ink. I sells just fish. Are you sure? Mebbeth, the midwife in Rapica Square, mentioned you specifically. Heh, well, Gossett Jai was me dam's name, and me grandam's name, so it could be any of us. Yet they're both in the dead book, so only this Gossett Jai matters. No idea what she's on about. A midwife in the Picker Square, you say? I don't know her, no I don't. So you'd have any ink. Ah, well then. She said you'd be able to help me, but if that's not the case, then never mind. Now hold on. Midwife friend's not all wrong. I know I can get ink, but it may not be the ink you're looking for. The ink I'm thinking bleeds from the gills of a brogotafin, it does. This brogotafin, it bleeds ink? She frowns. Aye, thing is, that fish is not good for eating. Got a horrible taste, scalds the tongue. You can ask Miriam. She pitches her fish cell down the street a southerly way. She might have one of them fish she needs on her pool. I'll go have a look. Thank you.
Updated my journal.
So Miriam down here.
Right.
Miriam the fishwife, who we spoke to before, who believes she recognised me with my ghost lady. Well, met again, sir. What can I do for you? Have you heard of a brogotafin? I was told it bleeds ink from its gills. She blinks and nods. Aye, that fish. That fish is a strange one, it is. Not many have heard of it, unless they'd want to eat it. Difficult to kill, and even in death it seems to live. Not many want to latch their teeth around something that still writhes. Do you have one?
Updated my journal.
Aye, but the ink, you'll need something to carry it in. Have you a bowl or a cup? No, but I can find one, so give me a moment. I just need to pop back up here and speak to the lady who deals in crockery. The moon smiles warm at your approach. Hello again, sir. What would you like to purchase this day, what are you selling right now? I sell plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery and the like, sir. All quality, sir. The finest. She steps back and lifts the lid of the crate on the wagon behind her. Please look over my goods. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I need something to hold ink in. Do you have a tankard or a goblet for sale? She nods. Oh yes, many kinds. They range in price from a few coppers to several hundred. Actually, I'm kind of looking for the cheapest one you've got. She raises an eyebrow. She reaches into the crate at her side and throws a battle-looking tankard at you. It's covered in dents and its handle looks like it's about to fall off. This one looks like it was just used on someone's skull. She smiles slightly. It'll do, thank you.
Updated my journal.
Back down to Miriam. I brought a tankard. Can I get the ink from the fish? She nods and plucks a fish from her pole. It twitches as she grabs it and then starts lashing about as she begins to twist it like a rag. She wrings it until bluish-black ichor begins to trickle from the fish's gills. When her tankard is almost full, she relaxes her grip and throws the twitching fish into the sack at her side. Thank you and farewell.
Updated my journal.
Back to Ragpicker Square again. think this is one of the longest kind of run around and do. Oh,
I'm gone.
Last. No, I don't have time to deal with you. Right, back in here. Miriam, we're back again. Not Miriam, sorry, Mebbeth. Mebbeth is tugging at the massive greenish lime starched rags you bought from Giskel. She seems to be purposely fraying the edges as if to peel them apart somehow. When she hears your approach, she turns. Aye, child. Here's the ink you wanted. Mebbeth takes the tankard of ink from you and sniffs it. Prime ink, fresh it is, aye. She nods at you. You done well, child. All I've asked. Now I ask you again, after all you've seen, do you still want to learn the art? Yes, after all, the guiding goal of your errands was to test my persistence, was it not? Mebbeth smiles and nods. Yeah, mayhap, child, mayhap. And that's not all. You know who I had to see to accomplish each errand, didn't you? Mebbeth nods again, slow this time. Mayhap, child, mayhap. If and so, what did your senses tell you about them? Moors for trees showed me that my beliefs affect the world around me. Giskel taught me that ritual is a wasted effort if the purpose of the ritual is ignored. Miriam taught me that no matter how much I think I know, there is still much I can learn from another's eyes. Mebbeth is silent for a moment, then she walks slowly over to you and touches you on the cheek. Oh, child, she sighs. You'll be a master sorcerer one day, you will. You have the knowing of it. Yet you've come to see all Mebbeth for help, you have. What could a midwife teach such a one? Much, Mebbeth. I want to learn all you have to teach. So you'll walk the path then? Mebbeth pauses. Well, first things firstly. Just having the knack for the art isn't enough. You need the means of giving it focus. Usually spells. Spells are usually in a book, so the art demands you have a spell book, or it's like a 4 you can cast spells. Can you read? I think so, yes. Let's test it. Can you read this? Mebbeth draws forth a small tattered card. It looks like a recipe. Examine it. Here, can you read this? Mebbeth draws forth a small tattered card. It looks like a recipe. Strangely enough, the writing on the recipe swims before your eyes, each symbol twisting out of focus. Maybe you try and read it. Study the symbols, see if you can decipher them. You study the symbols intently. No matter how hard you concentrate, however, the writing on the recipe seems to flow out of focus, bending and twisting like a nest of snakes. It makes your eyes hurt just trying to follow their movements. Keep studying, try to puzzle out the meaning. Keep studying the symbols for a few more minutes. Mebbeth silently watching you. I give up, Mebbeth. What does the writing mean? As you're about to give up and turn away, you relax your eyes and take in a page all at once. As you do, the symbols suddenly bleed together. The recipe lists measurements, ingredients, appears to be some sort of minor divination. This is a minor divination, isn't it? It looks like it's a spell that allows the user to see the nature of an item, to see whether it's enhanced or not. Mebbeth's eyes widen. Who are you to test all Mebbeth so? Are you some fiend? What's wrong?
Updated my journal.
Well, not expecting it, was I? He nods at the recipe, then plucks it out of your hand. What you see is written in the language of the art. If you're not a mageling yet, it should be all a swirl jumble of a mishmash. She snaps her finger. Yet clear as crystal, you pick the sense of it right up. Maybe tell old Mebbeth why that is. I don't really know. I just knew what it said. I think I may have known once, but forgot. Seeing the symbols just jarred my memory. Or else a natural gift you may have. No matter, no matter. You've just shaved seasons off your learning, you have. Mebbeth harumphs. And I've been looking for someone to handle the chores around here, I had. If you need help with anything else around here, you can still ask. It's the least I can do in exchange for you teaching me. No, don't worry yourself about that, she frowns. Well, you can read spells well enough, but spells are no good to you without a book to put them in. But do you have one? Mebbeth glanced around the hut. Then she catches sight of the black barbed picture frame you made. She picks it up carefully and studies it. This'll do. That thing is just a frame. Ah, but so are you, child. Still holding the frame, she picks up one of the stretched rags you got from Giskel. With a yank, she pulls off the greenish starched surface of the film. It flutters in the air like a wispy bit of cloth. Whatever Giskel uses in the wash, it works better than curing, stretching and stoning does to a normal rag. Can't afford parchment, I can't. Parchment? She takes the starchy film and pulls it over the black barbed frame, latching the rag's edges into the hooks around the frame until it looks like a small greenish black painter's canvas. It's missing something. Well, it needs something painted on it. She nods. Aye, or written on it. She takes a tankard of ink you've given her and sets it down next to her. She dips one of her fingernails into the tankard, then draws out, mumbling to herself. She begins to scratch symbols onto the frame, one by one, still mumbling. All's done. Mebbeth stands drying her ink-stained fingernail on the robe. She tilts her head, regarding the strange framed page in front of her. A page for your spell book it is. She indicates you should pick it up. Inside your spell book are your recipes, your spells, if you will. As long as they sit in the book, though, they're just words. She taps her head. The art demands you pluck the magic out of the book and put them in your attic, your head, afore you know can tap their power. Go on. You put them in your attic by studying them, memorizing them. You usually need to rest first before you can do this, though. Any questions? No, I think I get that. Oh, no questions, eh? Well, now you should have questions. You know it's all about how to memorize spells, do you? You're a sharp one. You sure don't need any more Mebbeth's words of gobbling up your precious time. You're a master of sorcery already. Forgive me, Mebbeth. I meant no questions on what you said. Please explain how to memorize. Alright then. Here's the dark of how you memorize spells. Pick spells you want to stick in your head from your book afore you goes to sleep. Then when you wake in the morning, they'll be buzzing in your head like flies, ready to be let out. How many spells can I keep? You can cast only one, mayhap 2 or 4 needing to rest again. It's a tiny flittling mage and there ain't much room in your attic. So use your spells wisely until you get wiser in the art. As your power increases, you get more room in your attic for more spells. Okay, go on. You can only cast spells you memorize. So if you want to use the art to, say, mend something twice, you need to memorize the spell how many times? Twice. Mebbeth nods. Aye, twice, right enough. How can I get
Updated
more?
my journal.
Mebbeth shrugs. Keep your eyes and ears out for learning. Even common folks might have some minor magics to teach. There's also scrolls, recipes, books, and even some stranger items that have spells inscribed on them. If you find one, just examine it and close to copy it in your book if you want it. Got it. I can also show you more spells if you return, especially when you're a little more in the planes in you. I appreciate it, thank you. Before you go, child, you need some magics for you to whet your appetite. Mebbeth rummages in her robes and pulls forth 3 small recipes, which she passes to you. You should copy these into your book so they can go into your attic as soon as possible.
Updated my journal.
Wait, there's more. Mebbeth fishes a tiny bundle of black cloth from her apron and unrolls it, producing a pair of amber earrings. These will protect you on your travels, child. I no longer wear them myself, so go ahead and take them. Thanks again. Alright, child, don't tarry here any longer. One such year's way is to spend one's time rather than hang around old Mebbeth. Now, come on, Mebbeth, you're not old. Bah, you flatterer. Your tongue is so lined with silver and shimmer Batazu. Get your hints. Thanks for everything. Puh, you can thank me for not playing the addle cove with what you learned. The art's damned many a fool who sought to bend it in ways the art weren't meant to bend. Now get along with you.
I feel stronger.
I have leveled up. 1 hit point gained. Spell memorization abilities have increased. So because I'm a level 1 mage, I only get 1d4 hit points. And as this game, I think unless you set it to being easy, you get, it's randomised to how many hit points you get. If you set it to easy, I think you get maximum hit points every time. And I'm not going to get any constitution bonus until I think until I'm high level in mage than I am in fighter. At that point I should start getting constitution bonuses. Saving throws are pretty good. I, however, have not gained enough experience above what I had before to get extra points. If I could, and then start slapping in wisdom. I think it's wisdom. It's intelligence for wizards, wisdom for clerics, I think. Yeah, I think it's intelligence I need for being wizard. You think wizard wisdom, but no, it's the way I remember it. Wizard does not need wisdom; it requires intelligence. Yeah. Mort level up as well, didn't he? 3 hit points gained, 2 from Constitution. dak'kon, you're not ready to level up. Okay. Right, let's have a look. What have I got? Scroll of Ice Knife. Let's learn that. Scroll of Strength. Let's learn that. Scroll of Chromatic Orb. Oh, this is a very nice spell, Chromatic Orb. It's very dangerous later on. Long are the debates about the spectrum of colour in the multiverse. This blue is better than yellow. Pike it, Burke, of course white is the true colour. And while in the end many generally agree that the colour's greatness is in the eye of the beholder, this spell establishes the fact that some colours are deadlier than others. Summons a large magic orb of colour which can be hurled at a target of the caster's normal attack roll +3. Colour of the orb changes depending on the caster's level. Level 1, white, damage 1 to 4. Special power for 10 seconds, -4 attack, -4 strength and toughness, and +4 armour class. So it makes people basically weaker. Level 2, red, damage 1 to 6 damage. Special power, -1 strength, -1 dexterity. So the person's still able to attack you, but they're just a little bit weaker. So it does more damage, but doesn't do as much secondary. Level 3, orange, damage 1 to 8. Additional 1 to 4 points of fire damage. So level 3 is just pure damage. Level 4, yellow, damage 1 to 10. Special power, -4 attack. So that's an enhanced white. Level 5, green, 1 to 12. And stun. Level 6, turquoise, damage 2 to 8. And unconscious. So again, that's a very... If you get a level 6 mage, you start throwing chromatic orbs around everywhere. It's like, bam! Guy's unconscious, your mates can just stab him. Blue, paralysed for 30 to 100 seconds. 10, violet, petrification. You turn them to stone. Black, paralysis. So 4 to 40. So again, it's like, what's better, violet or black? Violet paralyses the opponent and turns them to stone if they fail their save. Black does 4 to 40 points of damage and paralyses them for 10 to 40 seconds. Doesn't do damage, but it can just kill them outright. Let's take that. Recipe for identification. And recipe for blood bridge. Spell allows the caster to share a portion of his life with others, weakening himself but strengthening others. So I think that is basically like I think that's a healing, I think. So I can use that to take damage off myself and heal others. Chromatic Orb. I already have Chromatic Orb, so I don't need that, thank you. The Amber Earrings, +2 to armor class, memorize 2 additional first level mage spells. I don't have any earring on at the moment, so let's put that on. And I have my Magus Guard, which gives me armor class 6. Put it over my Dustman's Charm, that gives me AC 4. I could take the Fingerbone. Now that gives a ring. It gives me +2 armor class, which gives me armor class of 2. So I'm already, well, just with that and that, I mean, already significantly better than I actually was before in terms of armor class. Not as good at fighting, but you know. But I've got Bone Dagger. and that's enhanced, that's magic, so that means I can hit special people with it. You don't really have anything on you. You've got Blood Charm. Let's stick your Clock Charm up there. And you got the Unbroken Circle. Right, now let's do the Unbroken Circle of Zerthmon, because I can get magic spells out of dak'kon here. This small round stone appears to be religious text that dak'kon carries, made up of a series of interlocking plate circles that fold out one another. The complexity of the plates and the intricacy of their links prove the text was constructed by a master artisan. Can't figure out how to unlock the plates, however. Leave it alone. I don't know if I can talk to him about it.
What is your will?
There were things I would know, dak'kon. Can I talk about your teachings? Can you teach me anything of the art? Know that the way of the people is not the same as the art you have come to know. It is not the energy that gives it strength, it is the knowing, the self, that gives it strength. The teaching of Zerthmon speak of such things. Would you teach me the way of Zerthmon? Do you know what you have asked? The texture of dak'kon's blade flows until it becomes a stone. To walk the path of Zerthmon, you must know of the people. The knowing of such things by one not of the people is a difficult matter. There are those not of the people who have heard the way of Zerthmon, but do not know the way. dak'kon, I want to know of the people and know Zerthmon's teachings. I believe there is wisdom to be learned in such things.
Updated my journal.
Know that I have heard your words and I shall test them. To learn, you must know the people. To know the people, you must know the Unbroken Circle of Zerthmon. dak'kon holds up the stone disc in his possession, and his spider-like fingers hook into its sides. There is a click, and the plates of the circle slide into a new configuration. He reverses the motion, sealing the stone. Know, the first circle of Zerthmon is open to you. Study it, and I will hear your words. Very well, I'll study it and speak to you again. I need to use that now. Unlock the first plate. You mirror the motions that dak'kon made upon the circle, and the plates give way at your touch, the rings sliding into a new configuration. Upon the rings are a series of symbols. The script is like no writing you've ever seen. It's just a series of interlocking geometries with circles predominating. Just looking at it, you know the symbols and you know you can read them. Know that we are the first people. Once all was chaos. The first people were thought drawn from chaos. When the first people came to know themselves, they were chaos no longer and became flesh. With their thoughts and knowing of matter, the people shaped the first world and dwelled there with their knowing to sustain them. Yet the flesh was new to the people, and with it people came not to know themselves. The flesh gave rise to new thoughts, greed and hates, pains and joys, jealousies and doubts. All of these fed on each other, and the minds of the people were divided. In their division, the people were punished. The emotions of the flesh were strong. The greed and hates, the pains and joys, the jealousies and doubts, all of these served as a guiding stone to enemies. In becoming flesh, the first people became enslaved to those who knew flesh only as tools to their will. No, these beasts were illithids. The illithids were a race that once had come not to know themselves. They had learned how to make other races not to know themselves. They were the tentacled ones. They lived in flesh and saw flesh as tools for their will. Their blood was as water, and they shaped their minds with their thoughts. When the illithid came upon the people were a people no more. The people became slaves. The illithids took the people from the first world and brought them to the false worlds. As the people laboured on the flesh worlds, the false worlds, the illithids taught them the way of the flesh. Through them, the people came to know loss. They came to know suffering. They came to know death. both the body and the mind. They came to know what it was to be a herd of another and have their flesh consumed. They came to know the horror of being made to feel joy in such things. The unbroken circle is the knowing of how the people lost themselves and how they came to know themselves again.
What is your will?
There are things I would know. I have read The Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerthimon. What did you come to know? Strength lies in knowing oneself. I learned that once someone does not know themselves, they are lost. They become a tool for others. And if people want slaves to be Lithis, it seems they committed many crimes against the people. That one.
Updated my journal.
You have come to know the first circle of Zerthimon. You not only see the words of Zerthimon, you have come to know them. dak'kon holds up the circle and hooks his fingers around the edges. There is a click and the plates of the circle slide into new configuration. He reverses the motion, sealing the stone. Know the second circle of Zerthimon is open to you. Study it and I will hear your words. Very well, I'll do it again. However, that will wait because it's been an hour. I have become a mage in this episode.
Alright.
It probably wasn't exciting as other ones. Just me running backwards and forwards and training up. But in the next one, I'll probably do some off-screen stuff with dak'kon here, getting speaking to him. In fact, I don't know. Potentially, I might record it, put it kind of just a second video, kind of the ways of Zerthimon. Although I believe I need quite a high intelligence to understand the full implications of it. Intelligence or wisdom, I don't know, one of the two. So I'm going to need to level up quite a bit before I can do the full learning with him. But I'll probably record it in like separate bits. But yeah, until the next episode. I know I said this episode I was going to go and seek up Farod, but that's going to have to be another episode because this one is too long. So until then, I hope you're still enjoying Planescape Torment. I thank you for watching, and have a good night.